range of possibility. And is that sort of alarmism generative of bad thinking about possible solutions? Meaning that
during the dinosaurs, during periods of when the dinosaurs roamed, there was no ice on Earth. And so there was much less land. When you enter an ice age, water evaporates from the oceans. It goes up to clouds. The clouds move over land. It snows. But it's so cold, the snow never melts. It just stays there. And this just keeps happening. So you're systematically draining the ocean. And you're building snow layers on the ground, on land masses. These are glaciers. Glaciers are slow moving, and they're very, they'll slowly go back to the ocean, but slower than the rate at which the oceans are being drained. That's what revealed the Bering Strait land bridge to our nomadic ancestors. Said, hey, let's keep walking. They just keep walking. It's just land. Let's keep walking. And they walk into North America. The ice age ends. It melts. The water levels rise. The land bridge is broken. And never the twain would meet for tens of thousands of years, stranding an entire branch of the human species in North and South America. By the way, which is why the Columbus voyage was, in my read of history, the single most important thing that ever happened in civilization. Now, if it wasn't him, it would have been someone else, but it happened to be him. He reconnected these two separate branches of the human species that had been separated for tens of thousands of years. That's a profound fact for me. So it's already been the case that the Earth had no ice, had a lot of ice.
Right.
So this is not like, we've already been hit by an asteroid. So
right.
You could say, oh, asteroid, that's right. Tell that to the dinosaurs, right? The dead dinosaurs who didn't have a space program or opposable thumbs. They need both. So the issue is not that the water level will rise and you can just walk away from it. It rises this much, and the next storm surge, combined with a high tide, which you almost always get with a hurricane, because it takes a long time for a hurricane to move up the coast. It takes typically a couple of weeks. Somewhere in there's going to be full moon or new moon high tide with a storm surge. Suppose your jetties or levees or whatever it is that keeps your city safe from the water that's out right there in the river or in the bay or in the ocean. Whatever that height is what you decided would be what would protect the city.
Right.
The ocean goes up an inch. That's all it takes. 1 inch to breach your levees. If you breach it by 1 inch, your city is now connected to a semi-infinite amount of water for as long as that hurricane is sitting there. And the water just pours in. That's what happened here in Hurricane Sandy.
Katrina also breached all the levees.
Yeah, well,
the levees broke there.
Well, levees broke. Don't get me started. That was like an engineering. I mean, Katrina was Category 3. It already passed through New Orleans. People were like sweeping up the branches. Okay, we survived that. Then the levees broke. Okay, so the broken levees flooded New Orleans, not Katrina. We keep blaming Katrina without putting the lens back on our own maintenance of our infrastructure and our anticipation of what could happen given certain forces of nature. My point is, you're going to flood your city not because the water will slowly